Hope you guys are doing well. I miss you. Welcome to your first video lesson. Cool. The first thing we're going to do is make sure we're holding our mallets correctly. All right, so it's going to be a little bit of moving my screen just so you can see. I've got my bells down here. All right, so let's take a look first. Make sure we're holding these correct. All right, so on our mallets, we're going to put the first joint here in our pointer finger, right? That right onto this part of the mallet. We're going to put our thumb down there with it. All right, good. Make sure the thumb is right on your mallet as well. All right, then we're going to bring our other fingers around and hold it, and then we're going to turn our hand over so that the back of our hand is always going towards the ceiling. All right, we also want to have still you can put 3 fingers or 4 fingers maybe on the bottom, the end of our mallet. All right, we don't want to bring our hand down too far. We also don't want it to be too high. So you guys have pretty small fingers, so you want to have, probably for you guys, 4 fingers. For me, it's about 3. All right, on our mallet. Okay, so let's try that with our other hand too. Pointer finger, thumb on the mallet. Bring these fingers around. Awesome. Make sure there's 3 fingers at the end and turn those wrists over. All right, imagine that you put a quarter on the back of your hand. I want to try to make it so it doesn't fall off, or better yet, find a quarter in your house and put it on the back of your hand. All right, if it falls off, it means you keep turning your wrist. We don't want to do that. Keep the back of the hand up, and we're going to really just practice our up and down, moving just our wrists, right? We don't want to be moving our elbow at all, just moving our wrist up and down. All right. Awesome. Cool, guys. So let's take a look here. I'm going to make this a little smaller. So today we're going to start out with this warm-up sheet that I made, you guys. There's a copy of it in the Band Explorer room that I will give you next time I see you. But for now, we're going to use this video of it. All right, let's see. I have to zoom back out here. I'm going to move this a little bit over. Good, and now I'm going to zoom in. There we go. Cool. Okay, so we're going to start out here with our C scale, 4 quarter notes per pitch. All right, so that just means we're going to start on C. All right, we're going to play the C 4 times using quarter notes. So a quarter note gets how many beats? 1 beat for each quarter note. Good, so we're going to play 4 quarter notes, and then we're going to go right on to the next note. So I'm going to play it with you on my bells. I'm going to move the camera down so you can see that. Now you have to remember my bells are going to kind of be opposite for you probably, because I think it's all mirror image. All right, so it might look a little weird. To start this scale, we're going to start on our low C, okay? So find where your low C is. That's what we're going to start with. Some of you will have maybe even 3 C's on your bells, but start with the lowest C that you have, and then you go up to the very next C that's on your bells, all right? Even if you have one even higher, we're not using that one. We're just using the lowest one and then the next C up. So those notes in between those. Okay, cool. So guys, in Band Explorers, we did a lot with we call it air banding. So you practice putting your fingers down as you're saying the note. Well, for percussion, we don't really have, the same kind of an instrument, but you can do something similar with just using your fingers on the bars of your bells. Okay, so we're actually going to do that because this is really going to help us try to work on our coordination, all right, and thinking about what notes we're playing so that we're just not playing and not thinking. Okay, so let's start on our low C. We're going to play 4 of them in a row, all right, just like it has on the music or on the sheet that should be on your screen. All right, so we're going to go from low C up to the high C. Here we go. Let's say it together, and we're just using our fingers first. 1, 2, ready, and C, 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 D, 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 E, 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 F, 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 G, 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 A, B, 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 and C, 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 C. Awesome. All right, so now let's get our mallets. Put our hands on it correctly. Pointer finger, find that joint, thumb on there. Your other fingers are going to, come around and help us control that mallet. All right, turn our hand over, make sure we have the right distance. All right, it's really important before you play each time that you check your grip, because if you don't, then you're going to be holding it any kind of strange way. All right, and then you're going to start getting used to playing like that, and that's going to be some really bad habits. So we got to make sure we're holding it correctly. All right, awesome. So guys, when we're playing, we're going to make sure we work on our like up and down motion. All right, up and down. All right, we want to like hit it and then come right off. We don't stop, right? We don't ever want to stop in the bars because it does not have a good sound. Bells are meant to be rung, not muted like that. Okay, so we're going to play that same thing now with the actual bells. All right, so remember, it doesn't matter which hand is up above the other one, whatever's comfortable for you. We're going to make sure we're alternating every single hand and making sure we're not hitting on the guideposts of the bars. All right, here we go, beginning. C, 1, 2, ready, and. Here's E, F, G, A, B, whoops, and C. Awesome. Sorry about that. Awesome, guys. So make sure that you are alternating up and down. Make sure the back of your hands to the ceiling. Awesome. Cool, guys. Now let's look at the next one down on this sheet. C scale, 1 quarter note per pitch. All right, so C scale. We're doing the same thing now. We're just going to hit each note one time. So we're going to go a little slower right now. All right, and we're going to alternate our hands every time. So find your low C. I'm not even sure if you can see this. Let's move it over a little. Cool. All right, so starting on our low C, check your grip. All right, fingers over, turn your wrists. Make sure you're not too high up. All right, here we go. Starting on our low C and one note. We're going to just one pitch for each quarter. All right, all the way up. Here we go. Making sure we're working on our up and down movement, and it's only our wrist moving, only the wrist. Here we go. 1, 2, on the C, go. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Nice job. Notice how it rings. That's always what we want when we play bells. All right, cool, guys. So next, let's take a look at this sheet right here. Okay, reading treble clef notes. So as percussionists, when we play bells, we will be using the treble clef, also known as the G clef. All right, you guys use G clef when you are in music class. So you already have some familiarity with that G clef. So that's really good. Okay, so we're going to start with that low C that we just played. All right, we got to come down here. So there's some notes above the staff. We actually don't need to worry about any of those right now because we're not working on any of those. Notes below the staff. We need this D and this C. The rest of these you can ignore for right now. But that low C that you just played, this is what it looks like. All right. Do you see how it has this line going through it? It's a little blurry. It's got a line going right through it, okay? And it's below the staff. All right, that is what the C will always look like, all right, with the G clef. All right, so we're going to start on that note, C, and then we're going to step up to the D, the next one up from there. All right, so we've got C to D, which is right underneath the staff. The staff of these 5 lines right here, right? The D. And then let's come up here. So the next notes that we need are the E right here. So the bottom line, E. Then we're going to go to the F, G, A, B, and then this is that high C that you just played, high C. Okay, notice that we follow the alphabet except for when we get to G in music. Anytime we get to G, after G, it starts all over again at A. All right, and so there's some things you can use to like help memorize the names of the lines right here. My favorite is every good bird does fly. And then for spaces, just remember space is face, F-A-C-E. All right, but again, it just follows the alphabet. All right. So let's go back. Actually, let's go over to the next thing that we're going to do right here. So lesson exercises. Let's take a look here at number 1. Number 1. All right. So it's going to start with that C. All right. So notice that first one is a C. So let's just say these notes together. So that's what our C looks like. So follow your alphabet. C, A, B, C, D is going to be next, right? C, D, E is after that, right? And then what's this one again? Good, it goes back to C. All right, and then after C is D, E, F. Remember, space is face, and that's the first bottom space. So face, the F for face. All right, and then we go back down to D. All right, so let's do that again from the beginning. C, D, E, C, D, E, F, then jumps down to D and steps up. E, F, G, and then it jumps down to E, C, steps up to D, and C. So notice in music, sometimes we have notes that step, like these beginning ones. We just step up, and then we have notes sometimes that jump up or down. So this one jumps down. So it's important to always notice if it's stepping or it's jumping. All right, so we're going to try this at the beginning. So find your low C. Great. So we're going to go very slowly through this. And let's actually just do one measure at a time. So this right here is a measure, and we're going to stop after that measure. All right. So let's take a look at the beginning. Here we go. Starting on our C, 2, ready, go. C, D, E, C. Good. Put your mallets underneath your arm. Let's practice it just using our fingertips, and let's say it together. So touch the top of, or the bar, the middle bar of C. All right, so we got C, then the next one is D, and the next one is E, and then you go back to C. Good, take your mallets back in your hand, check your grip, turn those wrists over. Let's play that together, starting on our C, the first measure. Ready, and C, D, E, C. Good. So we should be working on looking up and down, right? You can glance down, but we want to try to not look down all the time, all right? Work on reading this music and getting used to where your hands need to hit on the mallets. And this is tough. It's really a challenging thing, and it'll take a while to figure out for sure. And it's something that we'll just constantly be working on. All right, so let's look at the next measure. Put those mallets back under your arm. All right, we're going to start on that D. So put your finger where that D is on your mallets. Cool, so let's say these notes together as we touch the bars. Here we go. So it's D, E, F, and back to D. Good. So do that again. D, E, F, D. Good. Take your mallets right in your hand. Here we go. Let's try playing on the bells now. Starting on the D. Ready, go. D, E, F, D. Awesome. All right, so let's look back at the beginning. Starting on our C. Here we go. We're going to play the first 2 measures. 2, slowly, and C, D, E, C, D, E, F, D. And notice this is just a pattern. So it's going to continue the same kind of way for the rest, for the next measure. And then this is just like the ending. All right, so I'm going to play it with you right now. If you need to pause it so you can practice just this measure by itself, that's really, really, really great to do, and practice this one by itself. So when you're ready to play it all together, resume this video and play it with me. Here we go. Starting at the very beginning, we're going to play the whole song. Here we go. 2, ready, go. C, D, E, C, D, E, F, D, E, F, G, E, C, D, C. Awesome. Make sure that those bars were ringing and we're not stopping. on any of them. So you need to pause the video, go through it slower. All right, if there's any parts in there that you stopped or you hesitated or you were unsure, work on those parts. That's so important to go and do. Okay, we're just gonna also take a look at number 2 today. All right, 3 we'll save for next week. So look at number 2 on this page. All right, I want you to pause this video and practice it like we just did with just your fingers on those bars. All right, and figuring out what these notes are, going through them. All right, so C, D, C, E, C, F. So notice this one, your left hand is actually always going to stay on the C and your right hand is moving. All right, so when you're ready to play it with me, resume this video and we'll play it together. All right, here we go. Number 2 from the beginning. Take your time. 2, ready, and C, D, E, C, F, C, G, C, A, C, B, C, high C. All right, so this is a really fun one to practice slow. And then once you get it, work on doing it a little faster. See if you can go like this. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and C, D, C, E, C, F. Ooh, that's high and that's loud. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, happy practicing. I hope that this stuff makes sense. The biggest thing is making sure that we're holding our mallets correctly. All right. And we're getting really good habits. Okay. Pull out other things in the book that I've given you or in your folder, because I just give you guys worksheets. So for the first several lessons, and then I'll eventually give you a book, but use those sheets that you have already, play those things. All right. Next week, we'll do some more stuff. Guys, have a great week. I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye. If I can just figure out how to turn it off. All right. Bye, guys.